Hi, everybody. Jm Mazziotti here. And today I am presenting to you day one as we continue with our business planning for 2023. This is totally unscripted, but I wanted to be able to help you in building on the 11 principles we talked about in building your business plan. So here's what we've done. We started out this whole business planning procedure on day one, and we did 15 days of inspiring quotes aiming at inspiration for you to think about what you want in life and how to build a goal. So we did that for 15 days. Then we did our 2-hour event. Our 2-hour event included some of the leaders within our organization, and we touched on the important principles that I believe you need to put into your business plan and goal setting. You see, I've done this maybe just like you for all of my professional life, at least for the last 30 years. I have worked myself for my personal goals and with agents that I have coached and trained. And so this was just a little different, starting with 15 days, then our 2-hour event. And what is going to be happening now are 11 days where I will address those ingredients that you need to put into your business plan this year, so it can be submitted as required by Stacy Strobel from EXIT Southeast, our regional owner, to put this plan together. So I know a lot of you went through the 2 hours and you go, what do I do first? You went through all this paperwork that I gave you, a bunch of paperwork, and it's like, where do I start? Well, the next 11 days, I'm going to help direct you on what I think is the best method to get to where you need to be to complete your business plan. So hopefully it's fair. And this is day one. So as we do this, as I said, this is totally unscripted, but it's okay. I want to be able to share some things with you. And so let me try that right now. The first thing we're going to address, and let me take this back off the screen. I'm going to try to share my screen here. I'm going to take this down, and instead I'm going to put this up. Hopefully, you're able to see my screen. Let me get some of the distractive background stuff off of here so I can do this for you. So, as you recall, in our 2-hour business planning event, we talked about 11 ingredients to your business plan. This was ingredient number 1. And I want you, I would recommend to you that you really take time to think this through. This happens to be something that was given to me by Rick DeLuca, who is the regional owner of EXIT Pacific West. And Rick DeLuca has 40 years experience in training and coaching people. He does a great job. And I took this suggestion from him very seriously, and I'm recommending it to you. This is where we start. So he starts with a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. So let's do this. Let's promise ourselves that we're going to put the energy into building your plan for 2023. I gave you the statistics on the number of people that actually write plans, the number of people who try to do the plans, and the ones that actually do their goal setting and they initiate it, about 8% of the people. So let's look at this. If somebody were to describe you, and now this is built for brokers, but let's just take it for you, the desired reputation and or brand for you as a real estate agent, or if you're watching this in another field, what are 3 descriptive words that you would hope that somebody would say about you? Okay? What 3 words would you want said about you from other agents, from your broker, from other people on your team, other people at your office? What are 3 words you would want to describe you? Now, I went to an article that I saw. This is on Indeed. You can see the name of it. Write it down if you want. It's 125 positive words and adjectives to describe yourself in an interview. But let's take this and take from it the words that you think might describe you. Forget about the interview. What words might describe you? And I got a lot from this. Here's some of the 30 words to describe your work ethic: dedicated, curious, persistent, resilient. You can read this as well. You can download this article. It's from Indeed. And let me see if I can find, it's just indeed.com. And I think if you probably search for 125 positive words and adjectives to describe yourself in an interview, it'll pop up, right? All right. So here are some of the 30 words to describe your work ethic. Here's 32 words to describe your attitude. And we know attitude is so important in your business planning, and then actually to take from business planning and to put in place. So are you confident, empathetic? Are you genuine? Are you dynamic? What words would describe your attitude? Then it shows 20 words to describe your professional abilities and experience. So what are yours? And maybe you're going to use some of these words later on in your planning to decide, are you really skilled? Do you have the skills? And if you don't, what are you going to do? And we'll talk about that in just a minute. What are you going to do this year to change all of that? Are you knowledgeable? Are you creative, collaborative? Gosh, we can all be more collaborative. One of the things that Paul Reitz is hoping for, is moving towards for this year, is that our office is more collaborative, that we come to meetings, that we take part in meetings, that we grow together and learn together. Are you a visionary? Then 43 words to describe your personality. Are you introverted, honest, cheerful, energetic, balanced, authentic, wise, outgoing? What would describe your personality? And there's 43 words. So as we go back to where we were before, if I'm able to do this, here's what we were starting with. Describe 3 words that you would like people to think about you. So I'll tell you my 3. Hopefully it will be helpful to you. My 3 words are transformational. I'm hoping that things that I teach, things that I do with my family, with my kids, I'm hoping in some way that I can help them be transformational, that I can transformate people's, maybe building their business plan. I can help be transformational in what they do. That my next word is giving. I think it's really important to be giving and to be more giving to those around you. My 3rd word is influential. I want to do everything I can to be influential. 3 years ago, I published a book, and my goal was to be influential over a certain group of people. I wrote the book to be influential to parents who had troubled kids with the alternative of going to the Oregon Youth Challenge School. And as a result of that, I'm now on the board of the National Youth Challenge group in Washington, D.C., and it's a foundation, national foundation. And I'm hoping that I'm influential and I help to be a transformational leader, and that I'm giving. Okay, so what are your 3 words? Take time to think about this. Just don't write them down. Think about, what are the 3 words that would describe you? I heard one person say, if someone was at your funeral and they were speaking to the group at the funeral, how would they describe you? Okay, next, we're going to take a look at success makers. This year, what are you going to keep doing? What are you going to stop doing? And what are you going to start doing? I have mine written down. I don't know if you can see it because I have the screensaver thing, whatchamajigger up here. You see, there we go. You can kind of see it right here. So I'll give you an idea. I'm going to keep doing, keeping my family primary in my life. I'm going to be supportive to my children. I'm going to contribute professionally in any way that I can. I'm going to express love openly. I'm going to stay enthusiastic and optimistic. Those are 3 things I'm going to keep doing. What are yours? Think about it. Sit down, take time quietly to think about what you're going to keep doing. What things are of value that you're going to keep doing? Next, what are you going to stop doing? Okay, probably one everybody has. One of mine, eating without thinking. Good Lord, I've been doing that all of my life. I eat without really thinking about what I'm putting in my body. I'm type 2 diabetic, and it's never been more important. I just left my doctor's office a few minutes ago. It's never been more important for me to be able to control the things that I'm eating and to work on my waking moments and when I sleep and all of that. Okay, so think about the things that aren't benefiting you in any way that you're going to stop doing. Next, what are you going to start doing? What things you're going to start doing? Oh my gosh, my list is long. It's really long of things that I want to start doing. I want to start focusing on a morning routine. I want to finish the goal of completing a second book that's really, really, really important to me. I just have to sit, put pencil to paper, and I have to be very driven to do it. And I have to do it so many hours, minutes, whatever it might be, a day. Okay. I want to put sponsoring as a primary goal of mine in my business. I want to spend more quality time with my kids. I want to make sure that I exercise 3 days a week. So I want to be able to speak more on a national stage. I want to go out and I want to be able to speak more, both on my book and the book that I hope to have completed by the end of this year. That's one of them. I want to have a book done by the end of this year. So this further asks for your task. What are you going to do in January? Remember, we talked about the importance that Tammy Bonnell teaches, and she teaches put your goals in 12-week increments, every 12 weeks. That's every 3 months. Review your goals, and in January, put your 12-week plan to get that implemented. Then after 12 weeks, which we're going to schedule meetings, our next meeting to do this is going to be on March 23rd. We're going to review what you've been doing. We're going to review this, see how you've been doing. We're going to be open and candid, and we're going to look at your goals that you set up, your business plan that you set up, and we're going to review it. And what do we need to tweak? What do we need to change? What do we need to eliminate, right? And then we'll look at the first quarter. That's the 12 weeks. So today, day 1, here's your assignment. Take the time today to just sit down, just log an hour, a half hour, 30 minutes to write these things down. And you know what? When I did mine, I wrote them down a few days ago, and then I came back and thought, you know, this is something that I really want to keep doing, or this is something I want to stop doing. All right. So that's my suggestion for day number 1. Let me see if I can stop sharing the screen. So day 1, get this put together. Tomorrow, day 2, we're going to look at, just let me just stop this. We're going to look at the day 2 goals, and we'll do that very methodically and on time. So thank you so much for watching me today. I hope this is helpful. And I'm just hoping there's no reason for you not to build a business plan because you weren't sure what to do. I want to help you do exactly what you need to do to be successful.